Okay, welcome to Goonie's World. My name is Goonie, also known as Colin, and we have joining me, Meanie, also known as Ryan.
Hello, friends.
And we have Johnny Farrow, also known as Sean.
Hello, everybody in the world.
And we have a special guest, Rev, also known as Scott.
That's right. Hello. I have other names too, but
yeah, he's our first out-of-state guest, I believe.
Really?
Yes.
Indeed.
Nice.
Yeah.
Where are you again, Scott? Gee, where are you again, Scott?
I'm in Portland, Oregon.
Oh, very nice.
In the suburbs of Portland, Oregon.
Suburbs. He's a suburbanite Portlander.
I love the suburbs.
Me too. That's because we're both from the suburbs, both from the same place. In fact, Ryan and Scott and I have known each other since almost before like the internet was a thing.
Long time ago.
I have known Scott since before the internet was a thing.
And me just about, a little bit less than you. But in all that time, we've never played a game with Scott.
Never.
Yeah, that's true.
In fact, I've never played a game at all. So,
yes, you are listening to Scott's deflowering in the world of role-playing games.
I'm excited.
I consider that my gift, actually, to everyone. My deflowering is the gift.
It is a precious gift, and we will be gentle with it.
You'll be gentle when you pluck those petals, fellows.
And this is a very rules light system, so it shouldn't be a problem. It's very gentle. It'll go right in.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Yeah. Yeah. This system is called You Son of a Bitch, I'm In. And it's meant to emulate like a heist or a caper type of a situation. And it's like Goonie said, very rules light. And there's sort of a setup that you do where each character creates and introduces the next one and the crew. But we already kind of did all that and just made up our own characters. And we figure we just start directly with the action. And so if you guys are ready, I say we just jump in.
Yep.
Sure, I'm ready.
Okay, well, let's go back to the 1980s, just sometime in the 1980s, to a beautiful little town in Northern California called Jupiter Springs, where we've had games before. Well, you don't have to listen to any of those other games set in Jupiter Springs to appreciate this one. But like I say, it's a small but fairly cool little town in Northern California near the Toloa Pines State Forest. It's got a lot of culture here because of great logger barons of the past poured a lot of money into the area, endowed a lot of things. One of the places that great logger barons did not endow, though, was a restaurant that all three of our characters are converging at because they've been called there. They all have one thing in common. They know a guy named Harvey. He owns a strip club on the edge of town called the Starfish Arcade. And he's a sleazy character. And a lot of people suspect he's up to something, but no one can ever prove anything about him and various schemes that he's involved in. But you guys know him as kind of a fixer. You guys are all criminals. And these fixers introduce you to people, who need things done, take a small percentage, that sort of thing. So it's not unusual you should get a call from Harvey. But Harvey called each of you and told you if you went to brunch at the restaurant Crepe City, there in downtown Jupiter Springs, then on Friday, this very Friday, then you'd hear a proposal that would be, to your advantage, were you to take it up. And so presumably you'll be meeting someone there. Now, I don't know if you guys know each other. You may not even be from Jupiter Springs. It's within about an hour and a half of tons of cool places. You could be from a lot of different places and drive here. But you may or may not already know each other through the underground, and I'll let you guys decide that. But you're more or less arriving at the same time. Your instructions were to go to a corner table. And that's where we meet you. And that's where you meet each other. Here in this quaint little restaurant that serves crepes, Crepe City. And you take a look at each other and size each other up, and I think now is as good a time as any to introduce our characters. And Goonie, tell us a little bit about your criminal. And of course, each of these characters in the game is supposed to have kind of a specialty and a nickname and a role that they're expected to fill. So tell us a little bit about your character, Goonie.
Okay, so His name is Kai Flo Filipowski. And he's from Sacramento, and he's pretty much just a surfer right now. He's just couch surfing, though. He's kind of like broke and needs money because he's, doesn't have a place to live and needs drugs. Wow. And he is, he doesn't really have a specialty, but I think he has experience in doing like bank jobs and stuff like that. He is a criminal, and he's as far as what he looks like, he's a scruffy haired guy with like dirty blonde hair and some hair on his chin, and he wears a conch shell necklace.
I was totally just picturing that necklace.
Right. He likes to not wear his shirt, but he doesn't really like have much of a. I think he used to look good, but now he's kind of got like scabby skin because he's like sickly and addicted to like every kind of drug. So he doesn't really realize that he looks like shit. But yeah.
Okay, that's great. Ryan, tell us about your character.
Well, my name's fucking Giuseppe Funari. My fucking nickname is Funeral. You call me Mr. Funeral. That's all you gotta fucking know me by. And I know Harvey from way back in the fucking day. He used to fucking sling heroin down the boardwalk down in fucking Atlantic City and shit. So, I knew the kid back then, and he contacted me for this job, and I flew out to fucking San Francisco and drove up here in my fucking rented Mustang.
Wow, okay.
He's about 5'3", built like fucking Glenn Danzig.
So, okay.
In my role, I'm the muscle. But I'm kind of short. That's all.
Well, that's all right.
Don't you fucking say nothing about it.
No.
Put a bullet in your fucking brain pan, bitch.
No, sir.
God
no, sir.
Motherfucker.
Seems like he has some anger issues for sure.
Yeah. Well, and his whole thing is, as we will probably discover, that he has a tendency to he'll like, hey, whack this one guy, and then he'll like kill 50 fucking people.
Yeah, bit of an overkill, man. In fact,
loose cannon.
In fact, that's a good point to bring up. Each of these characters also has a problem, and with Flo, it's pretty obvious that it's his drug problem and homelessness. And I think we can see what Funeral's problem is. Definitely the source of his nickname. And then finally, Scott, tell us about your character.
Well, I'm Tony Farconi. Everybody calls me Fingers. I come from Grants Pass, Oregon. I'm wearing like a black leather thrift store, sort of black leather, and I've got a paunch, and the hair is slicked back, what's left of it. So I'm also a failed actor, I think, for sure. I tried acting and failed miserably, and I went to Hollywood and came back to Oregon, and now I'm just trying to break into the criminal world. So, and then I met Harvey through through a girl that I'd been seeing. She sort of gave me the hookup.
Just curious if there's anything distinctive about your physique or appearance.
Well, that's right. They call me Fingers because I've got extra fingers on each hand. So,
all right,
yeah, wow. It's part of my specialty. They're made to crack safes.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see where that would come in handy. Crack a lot of things with some extra fingers.
Use your imagination.
I'm imagining the look on the cop who's fingerprinting you later.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Hey, you guys got to get in here and see this.
Get the extra sheet out. Right.
Get a picture of me and Fingers. All right.
I'm imagining that he like auditioned for the role of Prince Humperdinck,
right.
didn't get it, and just quit acting in disgust.
Yeah. The timing may be about right for that. Anyway, so you see each other, and you have a few minutes to get to know each other. You presumably will be meeting a contact here. It's a little awkward, you know. It's just the three of you. There's some light music playing in the background. It's not like it's terribly crowded in here. Friday brunch is not a big deal, except on Saturday and Sunday. But this little buffet with the crepes and the sweet little music, and it's just three criminals staring at each other at the little table waiting. You've already been served coffee. I'll let you guys talk amongst yourselves while you're waiting for your contact to show up.
So we're seated at a table currently?
Yeah, nice little corner table, back corner table. You were told to sit at that specific table, so you're presuming these guys are also here to, you know, that you're going to be part of a prospective crew. But again, waiting on your contact, who seems a little late.
Hey, Scabs. You here for Harvey?
I don't know who you're talking to, but like, my name's Flo, and yeah, I'm supposed to meet this guy here. What was his name? Harvey, yeah. And
Flo?
Yeah, Flo, because like, you know, I go with the flow, like surfing, you know. You can't surf against the waves. You gotta like go with the flow. And so that's my name. And that's what I do. I just go with the flow. Everything's cool, man.
Yeah, and the reason you guys have, you know, nicknames like Fingers and Funeral and Flows, because in this line of work, you don't want people to know your real name. That's why people take names like Mr. Pink and Mr. Brown, so on and so forth. But
Well, all right, Mr. Flo, if you say so. But I think your name ought to be Scabs. And who are you there, sitting on your hands, guy? You're here for Harvey too, right?
That's right. My name is Fingers. That's all.
Fingers.
That's just Fingers. I'd pull out these hands out from under my butt to show you, but I've decided not to do that. I'm gonna be. You're kind of hostile, don't you think? Has anybody ever told you you're hostile? I really feel. I feel.
Yeah,
like,
I was just gonna say this guy's vibes are like not cool, man. Like right away, you don't even sound like you're from Cali, man.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. He's got bad vibes. Bad vibes.
Well, sorry about that. Look, maybe we got off on a bit of the wrong foot. But well, I'm Mr. Funeral. Yeah, I guess I could come off a little hostile. You know what I'm saying? Sorry about that. You're not. You guys ain't my target. You know. I think we're supposed to work together or something. I don't know what the fuck we're gonna be doing.
It's okay. I didn't. I'm so sorry. What was your name again? Funeral? I am so sorry. I didn't mean to upset you. It seems like you're upset. And
no, I'm not upset. I'm just.
It really wasn't my intention to take away your grit, your drive. So please, by all means, if you need to be hostile and mean-spirited to us just to prove that you're a good gangster, go ahead, sir. Please.
Look, I like I said, I'm not. Oh gosh, guys.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Hey, let's get some crepes.
Yeah, well, luckily the awkwardness of the situation is diffused when the door opens. The waitress points back to your table, and a guy walks in. It's not Harvey, and Harvey's just set this meeting up, and this is the guy you're meeting. Now, you've never met him before. This guy seems to have just walked straight out of the casting of a Scorsese film, and he's got heavily pomaded hair, and rings on his fingers. He's got a blazer, no tie. A little bit of a paunch, but still fairly well muscled. Does a little chin nod and walks over to the table, sits down, immediately snaps his fingers for a cup of coffee and goes, "Hey, how you doing? How you doing? It's good to meet you guys. Good to meet you guys. So Harvey tells me you're good, putting together a crew for a little job."
Yeah, we're here for a job, you know. I can't get a normal job, you know. People aren't hiring right now. and it's like, long-haired, freaky people need not apply.
Yeah,
so.
cry me a river. I voted for Reagan. All right.
Well, I'm a pro,
Good. I'm glad you're a pro. And of course, I've, Harvey's giving me the rundown on each of you fellas, and I hope you're all making friends. I always like to be about 10 minutes late to these things. Anyway, my name is Prego, but you can call me Mary, all right? Harvey and I like to work together occasionally on various deals. And, there's a lift job. There's something that needs to be lifted. And, not my expertise, not my line of work, nothing I want to call Vegas about. So, say, hey, what do? I outsource it. I want to reach out to some freelancers, right? So I call Harvey. Harvey put you guys together, and now we're talking. Now, you ever heard of the name Viracocha? Huh?
Viracocha.
It's like, sounds like somebody I knew had like a surfboard named that or something. But I don't know.
No?
I thought it was like a fucking venereal disease.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Viracocha. I had that once. I had that.
Yeah, you had Viracocha?
Yeah, I also have something called Blanchard's disease. It's a disease with all the symptoms. But anyway, I'll get back to that.
What's up with this guy, huh? What's up with this guy? Well, you're a weird lot, all of you, okay? But, you're eccentric, you're professionals, I understand that. But down to business. This Viracocha is the Incan god, the Incan creator god. The Incans, the ancient Incans,
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Right on.
Right. Well, turns out there's a statue of this guy, golden statue, right? It's been traveling on display to various art museums. So far, all across the Pacific coast, all right? And it's arrived a few days early here at the Jupiter Springs Museum of Art. They got it down in the vault there, all right? They got the last night of the Robert De Niro Sr. exhibit they're having there is tonight. Big wine and cheese function they're having, okay? So they're not bringing out our good friend Viracocha till later. So in the meantime, you guys, you get in, you liberate our friend Viracocha from his unjust imprisonment, and you bring his spirit back out into the light. You deliver it to the Starfish Arcade, where Harvey will pay you. And I'm thinking 10 G's each. How's this sound?
Sounds cool to me, man. I could sure use the money, man. I'm so broke right now.
Now, if anyone wants to argue with him about payment, now would be the time.
Now, I'd do it for probably like $20, but 10G sounds fucking awesome, man. I'm so stoked for this. You guys ready to do this?
Please tell me this guy's not a safe cracker.
That's not.
I'm not.
No, I'm the safe cracker. I can get it in the safe. I've got an extra.
You're the guy.
I've got an extra finger on each hand. Look,
I just saw that.
Take a look at these. Huh? What do you think of that?
Yeah, wow. You don't put gloves on that or anything. It's a pretty distinguishing mark there.
You should have seen my baby shoes. Anyway, I don't even know what that means. I was thinking of bronzed baby shoes.
The bronze.
Remember
ones.
that? They bronzed my hands instead. They bronzed my hands, sir. But I can get it any safe, but it's going to cost more than 10.
Yeah, well, they bronzed something on me too, but I'm not going to tell you what that is, huh? All right, so listen, that's the deal. When you want to do it, how you want to do it, your planning, that's all up to you, all right? But it's got to happen before tomorrow night, because that's when they're going to bring Viracocha up and put him on display in the rotunda, and then no one's going to get to him for a long time, okay? And this is very special. This is significant to me, okay? So I need you to get it done.
That's not much time to plan, though.
No, it's not. But Harvey says you guys are the best.
So, do you have anything to help us out? You got instructions, floor plans or anything like that?
What floor plans? Do I look like a recorder of deeds office clerk to you? All right, but no, if you want to see floor plans, well, just go scope the place out. All right, I'm not going to hold you dick. I'm not going to hold you dick the whole way. Okay, I'm not a micromanager. Okay.
Was that a joke? Was that a joke about his dick?
I didn't actually mean to make that joke, but it's perfect. So, anyway, hey, don't worry about it. Have yourself some crepes on me. Honey, I'm going to take care of this, all right? You put this on my account. Anyway, you make delivery to Harvey, all right? That's Starfish. When you got it. And then 10 G's each you. Nice little envelope. Unless, of course, anyone wants to try to bargain for more or less money.
Well, like, how much is, like, the actual, like, Incan statue worth, you know? It's like, if it's worth, like, you know, $10 million, I think maybe we should get, like, a bigger cut.
At least we should get per diem, you know? Like, what do we...
Oh, per diem. Per diem. Okay. You need more of a per diem than 1 day's worth of crepes? Okay, let's see here. Yeah. And he does that dismissive thing where he like reaches into his pocket and grabs a giant wad of bills and like flippantly pulls off like 350s and throws them down the table. There's your fucking per diem, all right? Hey, you nickel and diamond motherfuckers.
I got us extra money, fellas.
All right. That's totally awesome, man.
Yeah. Go have yourself a good time. Get yourself all lick it up and then go, rob a place. Anyway, no, listen, seriously. Just get it done. And otherwise, I'll be very upset. Okay? And it would not be healthy for me to be very upset.
Well, this got to be done by when?
They're bringing out Viracocha tomorrow night into the rotunda to have a nice grand opening. Okay, but tonight is the final night of the Robert De Niro Sr. exhibit. I don't know if you know, the father of the celebrated actor is a painter of some repute. And, he's got the traveling exhibit there. It's a final night tonight. It's a good time to go scope the place out, in my mind. Lots of people around. But, again, I'm not going to hold your dicks all the way through it.
Oh, if I can. And I just want to point out that Mr. Mary,
yes.
You don't need to hold anyone's dicks here. I think we're all very skilled, professional people, and we can get this done. We can get this done for you, and we'll take care of it, sir. That's no problem.
If I need anybody to hold my dick, I find a 6-fingered person. But
we'll have to go way over 10 grand for that, sir.
I see what you're saying.
But I'm not opposed.
Well, of course, I'm just being facetious because I don't go that way. Hey, anyway, in fact, I got seeing a fine lady tonight, as a matter of fact.
Nice.
And the last one I was seeing died of a terrible accident in the bathroom, and we're not going to get into that. But all right. You know what? I'm making friends, and that's dangerous in this line of work. So fuck off. And Prego, who they call Mary, walks out, leaving you guys to plan a heist together.
Well, do you guys want to pick a leader?
We're like all equals in this, I think, you know.
That's a good idea.
I don't want to take orders from anybody, man. It's like I don't take orders from the man or anybody. That's why I'm doing this. So, like, you know, what's all like we have to be like all in agreement what we're gonna do. You know, I do have experience robbing banks and stuff. You know, and I thought I got a lot of money from that. You know, so like I think we can pull this off if we're smart about it. You know. And like you said, we've got to like scope the place out, and you know, like I also think maybe we should like disguises, like, because like, you know, it's like a wine and cheese thing, and like we don't, I don't think like we're the like wine and cheese looking type.
I think that's a great idea. We should scope it out, and if you guys can, I need to know what kind of safe it is. That'll help me crack it, of course. And since we don't have that information, we need to figure out, maybe get a hold of a blueprint, or at least, like you said, go and scope it out. What do you think, Funeral?
Yeah, no, I think that's a good idea. As far as disguises, I'm not sure what you're talking about. I mean, I guess we could go like get some fancy looking suits or something if we want to try to blend into the wine and cheese crowd. I assume you weren't talking like getting a fucking Batman costume.
No, man, like, you know, like what professors wear, like a bunch of tweed or something. Like, I don't know where they get their duds, you know, like go get some tweed jackets somewhere and like some glasses. Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, just like I gotta like put on a shirt at least. Probably they won't even let me in.
Yeah, and you say you think that it's being kept in a safe, yeah? Because I mean that's why we need the fingers here, right?
In terms of finding out what type of safe it is, that's definitely a good idea, and probably they would have that information at the Recorder of Deeds office if you wanted to go that route. And that'd be just a matter of going in and finding some boring paperwork. If they have a built-in vault, it's probably going to have the type of locks. They also have to register locks with the local police department. Any time vaults or security locks or electronic locks or combination safes, anything like that have to be registered.
We need to like find out like the alarm system and all that,
Right.
you know, just in case. So like, yeah, that Mary said like Recorder of Deeds, so you know, like we could just go there and pull up what we can find, and that'll be a start at least.
Well, that is true, and of course, I would also encourage you to often just take the direct approach and go there and make small talk and ask somebody about, you know, and try to get away with doing that sort of thing as well. Talk to museum employees, hobnob with people.
And we could also go in as pest control or something like that and kind of look around.
That's a good.
Yeah, some type of.
I actually kind of like that
maintenance
idea.
or something.
Like something like that, where we just like, yeah, you've got some bugs in here, or rats or something.
Yeah.
Well, that's a thought. But I guess you guys, from what I think I hear, you're finishing up with your crepes and take that last swig of coffee and maybe head over to the county courthouse. But it's a county courthouse annex that is here in Jupiter Springs with local records. There's not a courthouse there or anything. And it's near the downtown area, which is sort of a square, really, like Hill Valley, California in the Back to the Future movies almost. So it's a pleasant little walk. You walk past a comic book store and a vacuum cleaner repair shop and a lawyer's office and an old arcade on the corner. In fact, it's not old, it's new. I'm thinking of it as an old arcade because it's the 80s, right? But it's brand new arcade. Anyway, beyond that is the courthouse. Some broad steps. And they have a statue of Ezekiel Scruggs outside, who was a big lumber baron back in the 1800s. Who one of the people who founded the county and so on and so forth. But indoors, it's quiet. There's a long marble hallway, old-fashioned windows with green lights hanging over them, with places to pay your taxes and get your car registered and things like that. And at the very, very end is a Recorder of Deeds office, and there's a window there with a prim-looking woman with horn-rimmed glasses and a tight bun. She looks like terribly repressed. And she looks up from her typewriter where she's typing things on index cards. She's got a big stack of index cards. "May I help you?" she says, not even making eye contact.
Do you have like records? I'm like an architect, and I need records for the Museum of Art.
You're an
here.
architect.
Yeah, like.
So you're like an architect, or you're an architect?
I'm totally an architect.
If I could just jump in here, I don't know if you know who this is, ma'am.
I don't.
This is one of the most prestigious architects in the world, and I know that he seems dull, and I admit that he's an acquired taste. But don't let him fool you. This is a very famous architect. His name is help me out here. Vincent X. Mr. X he's been an architect. He's architected everywhere in the world. France.
My stuff is like really unorthodox, and that I'm unorthodox. That's why I don't wear my shirt, It's like I go with the flow, and I make like crazy architecture, and I'm interested in this museum of art, and I need like all the information you have on it, please, ma'am.
Mr. X, is this fucking bitch being a problem for you?
Whoa,
now. Never. There's no call for that kind of rudeness. Are you guys going to try
That's my security guard. I wouldn't like anger him. So, but I do apologize.
Yeah.
He wasn't held. He wasn't held enough as a child. I just want to say though that Vincent X is so good that he once designed a ranch house that was inside out. That's how good he is.
That's right. Yeah, it's what I do.
Her mouth hangs open incredulously for a few seconds. She looks back and forth at all three of you, and I think that it really boils down to I think the person who's been doing the most talking, which is Fingers,
God damn it.
is gonna need to make a roll here to convince this lady not to go get her boss. So Scott doesn't have any dice right now, so somebody's gonna roll for him, and I nominate Ryan to roll. And I think that his expertise, probably helps in this situation. So roll 3d6, Ryan, and add total the highest 2 of the 3d6. And
10.
I personally thought we were doing pretty good until Ryan went ballistic.
What's just the character, man? It's the character.
Why did he just attack her?
Well, yeah, that's sometimes you need that kind of bulldog ferociousness on a stealthy job. But sometimes you need to scare the fuck out of people and or accidentally piss them off. But either way, I was about to say you needed to roll a 9 or higher. Well, higher than a 9. You actually rolled the lowest you could roll and still succeed, which was a 10. And, of course, that 9 was determined randomly by me, if you heard my dice rolling earlier. So, she sighs.
We got it?
Yeah, you rolled, barely. You got the minimum possible roll.
All right.
You were just convincing and charming enough. Enough of that actor charm left. Still, it's still there. It's still there, buried down deep. And, she rolls her eyeballs and mutters to herself under her breath about all the eccentric people in Northern California. And I don't understand why on earth you'd be interested in the Museum of Art if you're so interested in crazy out there architecture, she says, because it is very staid and very conservative. Nevertheless, I'll get the files for you. Come on in and sit in the reading room. And she gestures for you to walk through the door. And you're sitting, and in there, the reading room is nothing but like a folding table, coffee maker, map of the city on the wall, and a photograph of Ezekiel Scruggs standing in front of this building when it was brand new in 1911. And she comes out and sets the files on your desk, and you open it up, and you do learn quite a bit. It's actually a Centurion Mark IV safe that they have in there. It's built into the infrastructure of the building. And as Fingers can tell you, that's about a 15-minute attack time if you got a drill. What you want to do is bore a hole so you can see the mechanism, and then manipulate the little lock gates until you can disengage it. You think it's about 15 minutes on a good day for you. As long as nothing went wrong. And what could go wrong, right? They do have a burglar alarm that's registered here. It's a motion sensor detector. And they have one in each major area, but you can see where if you could just get past the doorways somehow, that you should be okay. Maybe crawling or jumping. but you can, of course, make mental notes of all this. It's going to be suspicious probably if you're sitting there copying all this later when it turns out that the place has been robbed. But the burglar alarm system is operated by a computer. They have an Amstrad PC 1512 in there that triggers the alarm and sends a phone call to the authorities. And that's about what you can figure out. You also get a good bird's eye view of the building with plans. Basically a big circle with 3 rooms going off of the circle on the north, south, and the north and the west and the east. Various exhibit halls, and it's not a very big place either. They have a lecture hall on the lower level in the basement, and that's where their vault is with the security office. There's an elevator and stairs that go down to the basement. And during that time, you get a good overview. And after a while, though, because this is a lot of information that I'm throwing at you, it takes a while to digest. And the 3 of you are sitting there at the table with a blueprint spread out. And the fella comes like, well, I guess I'll be just about going to lunch there, Gray. So, well, we actually have some visitors here. Well, hello there. I'm Milton Boyle. I'm the recorder of deeds. It was great to see citizens taking interest. And, just about to have my lunch, fellas. But, hey, anything I can help you with? What you fellas up to today?
We're just, like, going through some stuff, like, I'm Vincent X. You probably have heard of me.
Oh, you on the MTV?
No, sir. I'm an architect. So I'm just doing some work is all.
Oh, doing some work there at the art museum? Oh yeah. He walks over and, like, leans over. Oh, yeah, the art museum. Yeah, 1911. Yeah, Ezekiel Scruggs, founder. Absolutely. Hell of an old building. Hell of a building. What, you gonna do something like this somewhere? Some big fancy place, like in France?
Yeah, that's right, France.
Okay, and these gentlemen are your, oh my goodness gracious. I'm just noticed, I don't mean to be direct, but I can't help but notice that you've got 6 fingers. You've got, oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. I'm so rude. I'm so
it's
sorry.
It's okay. It's quite all right. I mean, they've become something of they've become their own celebrity. So.
Yes, I've never seen anything like that. I suppose you could really use that to your advantage. Well, good for you. You know what? Good for you. That's great.
Well, thank you.
You fellas do vote Democrat, right?
Oh yeah, I'm totally Democrat.
Oh, good. Don't forget.
Fuck Reagan, man. Fuck him.
Oh, well, I didn't say that. Fellas. Well, now, hey, listen, I'm going to go have my lunch on the park bench, but you fellas, you have a hell of a day. It's great to meet you.
Fucking war on drugs is bullshit.
Oh, well, I don't know about that. I've got a young son, and he's got a paper route, and he would never have anything to do with drugs. And,
right.
Yes. And so he takes his leave after unwelcome pats on the back for each of you. And
shit, man, now that fucking dude made us, man. Like, now he knows, like, you've got 6 fingers. Like, I don't know. He could trace this all back to us, you know? Like, if he puts 2 and 2 together, like, after we do this job, and he's like, I remember those guys that were sitting in the deeds office or whatever, and, like, they were, like, weird and stuff, and he could make us all, I don't like this at all.
I'll go out in the parking lot and fucking whack him.
Excuse me, sister.
She's right there.
I'm not gonna whack her too.
Oops.
Shit, what, ma'am?
I think you've had plenty of time to digest this material. And we have a lot of actual work that needs to be done. So if you could take this freak show, whatever it is that you guys have going on here, and I don't believe you, but I also don't care. And if you could just take it elsewhere so I can get back to normal, I'd really appreciate it. And you, little man, are not going to be whacking anybody, she said.
Oh no.
It's like decision time. It's decision time.
Well, he's just gonna fucking launch himself at her and start beating her face.
I know. I provoked him on purpose, I have to admit.
Hey, Funeral, I just want to say something before you do what you're about to do. I just want to say one thing. What year is it?
1980 something.
It's 1984, and we're about to get 10 grand. We could probably live for 40 years on 10 grand. We could go. Just don't do it, man. I mean, we can't have the heat on us like this, or can we? Should he do it? That's the question. Should we unleash the beast?
I think that I don't know if that's within your power to do anything about it at this point, unless you guys want to physically throw yourself in front of him, or do you think that Funeral would let himself be easily dissuaded from launching himself at this woman who's so smugly taunted him?
How can you physically describe the difference between the woman and Funeral? Would he be able to take her out like choke her? I mean, I don't want to. I'm not fantasizing about how he's going to do it. I'm just wondering if he can physically overpower her, or is she? Because I get the feeling she's robust.
She's a big girl, but you have a feeling though that the shock and rage that his attack, of his attack would. You don't think she's a combatant,
right?
Well, you said he was built like Danzig.
Yeah, he's short, but he's fucking stacked.
Yeah, so. He's like wide, and no, he could fuck her up.
That's true.
All right,
he could fuck her up.
Okay. That said, he did hesitate because he wasn't sure whether he wanted to do it, or not, and I think he would allow himself to be talked down a little bit, and he's starting to, I think, see fingers as kind of I don't know, like a counselor type figure.
Well, okay, well, that's fine, Funeral. What if I said just smack her really hard and we'll run out of here?
I like the way you think.
We have to let him vent a little bit.
Oh, but you know what? Just to roll some dice, though. She's a big girl, and she's the moment's tense. She's gonna get. She's been to a class at the YMWCA. What is it? The girl YMCA called back in the day? YWCA. And
I desperately want her to know like karate or something.
She took a self-defense class. She starts to say no and put her hand out in front, but and I'm gonna roll 2 dice because this should be challenging. Tussling so much challenging. Okay, I've rolled though, but I've rolled fairly low, so the target number is 6 here. You have to get a 7 or higher.
Oh, is he gonna do it?
Slapper.
Is he gonna do it?
He's gonna smack her. He's gonna try anyway. Just now, do I get 3 dice or 2?
I think you should get 3 because this is within your area of expertise.
The cops are coming.
But I only count the top 2.
And if you roll a 1, tell me. You rolled a 7 though. Again, exactly the lowest thing you possibly could have rolled. So she starts off with what she got taught in the class, but you smack her anyway, and you guys run out.
That's terrible. It's so terrible.
I know. I just like to say for the record that we don't support the smacking of anyone.
No,
really,
not at all. But
people do get smacked and stabbed and shot.
And I want to say this character is a psychopath, and he has to vent in some way, I think.
Yes, and the funniest part though is the running out. I think
it's a mad dash.
Mad dash back into the side picture. It's just a shot of the front of the courthouse annex, and then you guys bursting out the door.
Fucking three stooges running out the door,
turning a corner, like hop on one foot around the corner, and well. Now it's lunchtime. You run past the dude Milton Boyle sitting on his park bench eating his lunch as you run past.
Running smack.
I think you should do a running smack. I really think you should.
Like in the back of the head, like wow.
You want to try it? I just want you guys to roll a 1 so I can use it against you.
I am going to try it, and as I smack him, I'm going to say, "I don't fucking vote."
I don't vote.
Well, he takes that personally. And however, I rolled pretty low for him on 2 dice. I've only got a 6. Well, that's the same thing I rolled last time, isn't it? So you need a 7 or higher.
Well, I rolled a 3 and 2 1s.
No well, it's a little embarrassing. And you try to like give him that pop on the back of the head when you run past, but just then he turned around and you weren't able to do it. It's it's a bit of an embarrassment. You ran past. Now, do you want to turn around? Because he says, "Hi." Do you want to turn around and pop him one, or do you just want to keep going? And
I'm just going to pretend.
ignore those 2 1s, by the way.
I'm just going to pretend like nothing happened.
If you don't turn around, you should just definitely do that thing where you pretend to be like slick back your hair, like when you miss.
Right.
Okay.
I'm just, I'll slick back my hair and say, I don't fucking vote.
Well, you should. You ought to, mister, he says. Anyway, well, where do you guys want to go from here? Now, I know you guys probably have vehicles and ways around. We don't know a lot about your backgrounds, and maybe we shouldn't know too much. But it's, again, lunchtime, Friday. They're having a wine and cheese function tonight. The museum's open right now. But it'll be open until 9 o'clock at least. And if you wanted to get eyes on the place, you could go any time. But if there's other planning that I might not be aware of or other things you guys might want to do, I certainly don't want to kick you in the ass into any particular direction. Because you got some time before the place closes tonight.
Flo definitely needs to get some type of acceptable clothing. So.
Oh, that's right. We're gonna need disguises.
Shopping montage.
Yeah, we need to go to the mall.
Okay. Well, there is a mall. In fact, Taloa Pines Mall, isn't that right? Isn't that the name of the mall?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it's Taloa Pines Mall. And well, that just sounds great. I mean, what could go wrong at a mall? So you guys walk in. The first thing you see right by the food court's like towards the entrance, and of course the dominant restaurant is the Big Cookie Place, which is just come into the mall recently. And they've got like a little movie theater down here too, and a place where you can get like iron-on T-shirts. And there's a record store. There's a big there's posters of like Joan Jett and Michael Jackson and Hall & Oates on the walls. And of course, it's a mall on a Friday afternoon. Not a lot of the kids are in school, but a lot of the housewives are out. And it's like MILF City in this mall. It's 1980s MILF City in the mall this afternoon. And I think I'll just turn you guys loose. You want to go to JCPenney? That's probably the nicest place they have.
They don't have a Dullards?
No. No.
I think we should.
Maybe they should.
I think we should probably go to the Wild Pear.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Wild Pear.
Because they're going to have the most, I think the hippest clothes. I would think, and shoes. They mostly did shoes, right?
Well,
I've never heard of that place before. Maybe I'm not old enough.
Don't leave me hanging, Sean. Do you remember the Wild Pear?
I remember the Wild Pear, and they had one at my local mall, which I'm sure is the same one that you are no doubt remembering. But I was not cool enough to shop or go in there.
No.
Mary gave us $50 each, so I think we could probably afford some hip fucking Wild Pear swag.
Well, I think you should go to the Wild Pear because it's a lot closer than the JCPenney, which is all the way at the other end of the mall, and that would take a while to get there.
And we can get Funeral a cookie because his blood sugar is obviously low.
Do you guys want to stop at the Big Cookie and get a Big Cookie?
Fuck yeah, we do. Come on.
Yeah, man, we got all this money, Like, also, man, I don't know about you guys, but I'm like totally jonesing, I'd say we spend some of this money on like getting some snow, man. Just some, like I know a guy sells clean snow, And I could totally use some of that right now. I totally get my mind on this job we've got going on.
Do you want to call him?
Yeah, he can meet us here at the store, man.
Okay, well, that's what you're going to do. You're going to call your guy, and while he's calling him, what kind of clothes are you guys buying?
Well, I do want to buy some clothes as well, obviously.
Well, let's go ahead and get your clothes bought first. So when you walk in, there's like this college-age girl, and she walks out from behind the counter. She puts down a big paperback book she's reading. It's got a picture of Fabio on the cover, and she's chewing gum. Walks up to you and goes, "Welcome to the Wild Pear. Just see anything you like, let me know. My name's Becca."
I don't remember posing for that photo.
Very funny. You're funny.
Yeah, that's what I hear, My name's Flo.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
ouch, man.
Funeral is going to pick out.
Hold on.
He picks out a pair of tight leather pants and a dark button-up shirt and this like white blazer with little like patterns on it. Except he rolls the sleeves up like halfway, up his arms, and then he gets like this scarf, this like black scarf that he puts around his neck.
Okay.
He looks like fucking Kip Winger or something,
Can I add the detail that he then turns around and notices the rack of sunglasses, selects one, and then completes the ensemble?
Yeah, and he's actually his next intention is to next go get his hair feathered.
Oh, well, they can definitely do that at this mall. Okay, well, since we're all describing our outfits then, Fingers, what kind of outfit does the Wild Pear offer you?
Okay, this is. I'm gonna get the big David Byrne suit.
Oh, the big shoulders.
The big shoulder pads.
And it ever was.
Tapers in at the waist, and then the Z calves, they flare out. And then, of course, I have the boat shoes with the the multicolored boat shoes.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
and
you guys are gonna be
and a Swatch watch. Sorry.
Oh, don't forget the Swatch watch. You guys are gonna be an inconspicuous bunch. Finally. You guys look so good, says Becca. And finally, Flo, what do you go with? Put on a shirt before you came in here. Otherwise, she would have told you that no shirt, no shoes, no service.
Well, I'm going to buy a shirt,
Well, I guess that's okay.
Yeah, it's just like right when I get in there, I'm going to buy something. And he wants to. He's looking for he kind of wants like a surf shop type of shirt. Like I thought of something earlier, like something called Bob Gnarly surf shop, and then
Bob Gnarly.
and some shorts, like I don't know, kind of like khaki shorts maybe, but he wants to get some Nike, like in the 80s I seen like they have the like all white Nike, with the swash or whatever, the stripe, and then he's got the tube socks that with the stripes on that go up to up his calves.
Oh yeah.
And then like one of those I don't know what they're called, like this floppy type of hats, like a fisherman type hat.
Yeah. I had one.
Yeah, I had one as well, unfortunately.
Yeah. What do you mean, unfortunately? It was a fucking cool hat. So now you guys have your snazzy outfits, and as Becca told you, you guys are looking good. And you head back out into the mall, the echoing mall music all around you, and I believe you already got a big cookie. And so I know there was some mention of having some hair feathered. And
So Funeral's got his hair just all kind of it's fairly long, and slicked back, kind of like it's not like long enough to put in a ponytail or anything, but it's it's grown out a little bit, and but he wants to get it like parted down the middle and like feathered, you know.
Don't worry, we're gonna give you the Rick Springfield. It's the same girl. Is that okay? No, it actually should be. It's like a clone.
Fellas, I think this is really nice that we're pampering ourselves before the job, and I think we have to take a little us time, if that's all right.
Yeah, it's been like I don't know how many weeks before I've even bathed, you know. So, like, this is pretty nice.
There you go.
You know, it's nice. It is nice. And in fact, times like this are maybe why you get into the business. You know, good times with friends, doing a little pampering at the mall before a big, exciting job. But we mentioned that you guys have problems, each of you. And one problem that I know about that Tony has, and I don't remember if we mentioned or not, but that Scott and I have definitely talked about is Tony owes money all over town.
It's true.
He's kind of notorious. And lo and behold, just when you're remarking how nice everything is, just when you're looking over at the little kiosk where you get your ears pierced, and you think about maybe going for a pierce, you know, maybe the three of you. Suddenly, though, a guy comes out and goes, well, Tony Farconi. And you look over, and it's this big town asshole named Blaine Sr. Everybody hates him. And he looks like he's been beaten up recently or gone through some trauma, but he's just a classic capitalist dick. But he did loan you like 6 G's a couple months ago, and you're supposed to pay him back in a month. And he's like, so, well, look at you out pampering yourself at the mall, and you owing me 6 G's. What do you guys say for yourself there, Tony?
Well, first of all, hello, how are you would have been nice. I'm just going to say that right out of the bat.
He rolls his eyeball.
I've got something big in the works, Blaine. It's huge. And I'm going to have at least half of your money by tomorrow.
By tomorrow?
By tomorrow. And you're just going to have to meet me back here at... do you guys remember did we go to the same mall, the Piercing Pagoda? Do you remember the
Piercing Pagoda? Yeah, that's just
I need you to meet. I need you to meet me at the Piercing Pagoda at 8 at tomorrow night.
What? I don't go to Piercing Pagodas. All right. Look, you come to my house tomorrow night, and we'll have a drink, and we'll talk about how you're going to pay the next half.
Sure, of course.
All right.
I would love to, but can we also get our ears pierced together? That's all I want to know.
Fuck you, he says. And he goes, no, where's my fucking kid? And he wanders off. And I hope that he's the last person you meet. You owe money. But the session was almost up, and I wanted to do my one unlucky thing. And Blaine Sr.'s an asshole, and he's unlucky. Because we are wrapping up our session with this nice little pampering at the mall. And so we'll begin our the next phase in our adventure with brand new outfits. Maybe some piercings, who knows?
Right.
Some new feathered hair, some new friends.
And snow.
And
some snow.
Don't forget, we do need to make that phone call about the snow. And we'll just have to do that next time on Goonies World.